What is this rider doing in the breakaway? Why are they unclipping both pedals? Are they trying to do some sort of trick? What are they doing? This was Arctic Race of Norway Stage 2. A beautiful stage once again. I'll be hitting the mountains straight after this video, actually. Gonna do myself a nice little run, 1 hour. Nothing too big, nothing too serious. They go to the north of this peninsula in Andenes. They do a circuit. It's rainy conditions today. There's a couple of hills at the start, but really nothing of note near the finish. So it was going to be another bunch sprint. The favourites were Vernon and Erland Blikra, but 13 degrees. We are in the Arctic Circle, and that means variable weather conditions. We saw the riders, putting on their gloves. They probably had to look down did they even bring their wet weather gear? Probably, but they're like, when they were coming to the race, do I even have these? I thought I put these away in April. There was no breakaway for quite a while, and then eventually one did go with the expected teams, but pretty easy to control for the sprinters teams. X, Jayco also were controlling a little bit. And yeah, we had pretty beautiful stage despite the rain. Vakuya in the break once again. Holstad, Lopez and Ervetsen Hegerberg in there for Lillehammer. I think his teammate Eriksson, pretty sure he's on the Lillehammer team. He bridges across as well. 2-minute lead, 122 Ks to go, and still, the sprinters teams weren't too concerned. And look at this bridge. It's a big bridge. They're going over like fjords and between islands and things like that. But what is this rider doing? What is he doing? He's looking down at his bike computer. Hold on. Unclip one foot. Or has he got a flat? Unclips both feet. Puts the pedals north-south, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Is he offsetting his power meter mid-race? Is he like, my data's all wonky. This race doesn't count. If it's not on Strava, it doesn't count. I got to calibrate my power meter properly. I think that might have been what was happening. I have no other explanation for it. These are some reindeer. Could you beat one reindeer? Not the big one on the left, but the white one. Looks a bit, scrappy. Could you beat that one white reindeer in a fight? No weapons. I don't think I could. I think they're pretty big. I know they didn't look that big from the helicopter shot, but I don't think I could. Even the white one that looked a bit, underfed. But let's get serious. We enter the circuit and we have an intermediate sprint really near the finish, 6Ks from the finish. And this circuit's like a Kermesse or a criterium. We've got rainy conditions as well. The brakes brought back early. That means the bonies are on offer, but it's too close to the finish. If you're a sprinter, you don't want to do a sprint here, 6Ks from the finish. So Silva takes the bonus seconds, or the most bonus seconds. Van Gemelen was second. 6 seconds is a decent amount. De Luca third with 2 seconds, but now we're into the sprint. 3Ks to go. I'll run you through the participants again. I think Lotto are going for Kockelman. Blikra's got 1 man for him for X. Vernon's got 3 or 4 men dedicated to him. Lonardi won yesterday on Polti Visit Malta, but I don't want to focus on any of the sprinters. I want you to focus on Henrik Pedersen. That's all you need to look at for the next 2 kilometers. Just watch Henrik Pedersen. If you're a lead-out man, you're a younger rider, how do I do a lead-out? Doing lead-outs, especially in these stages that are not that difficult for these guys, let's be honest, these are not the hardest stages they're going to do all year. It's about experience, timing, lowering your ego, and not panicking. And here you see, why is he letting a gap open? Because why shouldn't he? And he's watching. Who's coming up? Who's going to maybe swamp me? Nobody. Okay, I can go progressive, to quote Pogacar, back to the Lotto rider. I don't need to surge. I don't need to take the front. Why would he start his lead out already, Pedersen? He's the only guy for Blikra. He's watching Vernon being brought up here. Are they going to swamp me? Are they going to swamp me? He's always looking left. Okay, I'm going to move in and I'm going to use their lead out because I have to get from 2Ks to like 300 meters to go. And if I take the front and smash it, I'm not going to get there. I'm going to leave my sprinter isolated. So he's then boxes Blikra into the NSN train. So he's eating a lot of wind here and there, but he's able to, because he's a strong rider as well. In Denmark, he was really good a couple of weeks ago, Henrik Pedersen. But he's able to do that in and out of lead-outs. Then he's looking, okay, this NSN rider's done. Where's the next one? Let me move us onto the Modern Adventure Pro cycling train. And because of the wet, because, he's able to move onto different trains, and that prolongs the length of time that he can do the lead out for. If he just went to the front and started pedaling, smashing the wind, then sure, it would stretch it. That door gave me a jump scare. But then he'd be done at 1k to go, and then Blicker has to fight himself, and then you're not really that useful as a leader. He's then looking, okay, the Modern Adventure Rider's done. Next target, the Polti Visit Malta lead out. They bring up Lonardi. Lonardi gets in between Corkery and his lead out, and then Pedersen moves over to that lead out, gets a bit more draft. Blicker does move up himself, gets back to the wheel of his lead out man. Pedersen maybe goes a little bit early here too. I don't think he does, also because Vernon was boxed, so it keeps Vernon. He has to move up in the wind quite far, 300 meters to go. Blicker does go early. You'll see in the overhead. Maybe he didn't even have to, but that lead out, keeping in the wet, in the corners, you can just staying in front is much more important, because being swamped from the back is, well, it's more difficult for guys like Vernon to get out. When Vernon does get out at 300 meters to go, he has to make up 4 to 5 bike lengths, and he's hitting the wind at the same time. And I think almost he could have stayed on Pedersen another 50 meters. He still had a bit more in the tank, but it was a good decision by Blicker anyway. And that's the thing. Is Vernon better or quicker than Blicker? Maybe, I don't know. But is he 5 bike lengths, 6 bike lengths quicker after having to do more work? No. So big props to Pedersen for the lead up, and of course Blicker finishing it off ahead of Vernon, Lonardi, Pickrell, Foldiger, Tesson, Manzan, Arvenatu, Auger and McDonald. Here's what he had to say after the race.
I was really motivated for today. Yesterday I had some confidence with my 4th place. I knew I was one of the fastest guys, but I really wanted to improve on that, and I think racing on home soil it just gives me extra motivation.
Now 2 more days, but very different route. What is the plan?
The plan is now for me to help the climbers, Johannes and Martin, and we hope for good results with them.
In terms of GC, Lonardi's still the GC leader because he took bonies as well today, but those seconds that Silva took today are going to be pretty important. He's here to win the race overall. Is the long climb tomorrow a bit too hard for him? Maybe, but it depends on Van Aertveld. If Van Aertveld's in good form, he'll drop him. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you with the recap of Stage 3 tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.